welcome to F.A.K.E virtual pop-up. So did you guys see that? I'm super excited. We have a new platform. I could put an intro. I feel like it put us right away in the positive and good mood. So I'm very happy. So F.A.K.E, fashion for animal kingdom and environment. So as usual, we're going to introduce you with amazing, beautiful brands that are 100% vegan and 100% ethical. And right away after that, we'll have an amazing guest. Pierre will be with us to talk about what will be the best lifestyle to live right now in 2020 with COVID, with everything surrounding us. What will be the best lifestyle psychologically with the food? Like what should we do? So you have all the answer. Don't worry. And I think we're gonna start. We have Claire from Animal Stone. It's a beautiful brand. I'm gonna put her right away, and we're gonna. Hello.
Hello.
You see how fast?
It works.
Because before we had to wait that people connected. Now it's okay. It's fast.
No, it's perfect.
So, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here in Toronto on a very, very, very rainy day. But it's okay. It's nice. The rain is refreshing, you know?
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to share your website and I let you introduce your website. So because I tried to figure out how everything works. You see, I add this right now. Okay. And now I'm going to put your website. I let you tell us what is it about.
Perfect. So Animal Stone is about connecting animals to people. So we're a Toronto-based, all women-run company. We're a jewelry company specializing in solid sterling silver and solid gold animal charms. All of our charms are handmade here in Toronto with our designer, Delaine Cooper. Delaine Cooper is an artist. Each piece is truly imbued with her. She has a whole process with how these little animals come to be through meditation and her own deep personal connection to animals. And so she creates everything here in Toronto. All of our metals are ethically sourced from within Canada. We work with solid sterling silver and solid 14 karat gold. And the company was truly born out of a deep love and respect for the natural world and our wildlife. And our goal through each of the Animal Stone charms is to remind people to care about animals and the planet and our connections to it all, whether it's spiritual or ecological, whatever your connection to wildlife is. We want our Animal Stone charms to stay with you every day as reminders that we're all connected to this planet, and it's our duty to protect it and take care of it. And there are millions and millions of species who are depending on us to protect it. And we are creating the damage to this planet that they will suffer. That we need to protect it for all of us, you know. So the idea is that you can collect them. So each charm comes with, you'll notice the little ring on the top of the charm. Every charm comes with this ring, and it has a little hinge on it, so it can be easily attached to a charm bracelet, which I can have handy. So you can create. The idea is that you collect them. So depending on your mood, depending on how you're feeling, whether you're feeling like you want one day you wake up and you want the ancient wisdom of the elephant with you, or you want the playfulness of a chimpanzee with you, you wear different ones, and they each have different personality, and they each bring out different elements of our own personality. So this is the charm bracelet, if you can see that. So you can see each, it's all linked, it's all connected through a little hinge mechanism. So the charms just snap right on. So you can create a full collection, or you can just wear different ones one at a time. Today I'm wearing a butterfly and a lion. So the lion for courage and strength, and the butterfly for transformation, and the lightness of being.
And I see that for each animals you have different.
So we have 9 partnerships right now. So we work with different organizations. So the idea is that our motto is connecting animals to people. So we do that through connecting them through jewelry, but we also give back $15 for every silver and $50 for every gold to our different organizations. So so we have, for example, with our bee, we work with an organization that educates young people on beekeeping and how to encourage bee populations. We work with Wild Tomorrow Fund. They're based in Southern Africa. So the money we give them for the elephant, the rhino, and the lion goes towards conservation and habitat protection and preservation in Southern Africa. We work with Christina Zanotto, who is an environmental activist. She's a shark conservationist based in Bahamas. So she does shark conservation, but she also does a lot of cave research. So her world is under the water, and she does a lot of research and education for young people on how to protect sharks and how to protect the ocean. And on the front page of the website, you can see, if you scroll down, you'll see our wildlife partners, which is our wildlife communities, which includes our wildlife partners as well, right there, and then our wildlife ambassadors. So in Los Angeles, for example, we work with a woman named Nani. She founded Jaws and Paws. So they have a sanctuary just outside Los Angeles, and she saves wolf hybrids, all kinds of any animal. She's right there at the very bottom there. So really trying to connect with people who align with our vision, which is connecting animals to people and reminding people to stay connected to nature. And this is one way. These are solid pieces of jewelry, so they will last a lifetime, and they can be passed down to kids, relatives. So it's a great reminder, and they're 3D, so they're anatomically correct. As close to anatomically correct as we could be given the small size. And then this is a little video that sort of demonstrates. You can see Delane there working on finishing a piece. So each one is finished by hand. So no two are alike. They're similar, but because they're hand finished, they'll have little imperfections that happen when something is handmade. So that's Animal Stone. So for today, we're doing a 10% off discount. So the code is F.A.K.E 10, and that will give you 10% off your order with us.
Did you see that? I'm very proud of this banner.
It's awesome. Very clear.
So thank you so much for this beautiful brand. I love it. Please, guys, go check it out. Go follow Animal Stone. It's beautiful. We have a question. So beautiful. Okay. We have Suzeli here with us, by the way. So it's a little difficult for me to check all because we cross-post the live actually in many different platforms. In your platform as well, Animal Stone. It's Animal.Stone, I think on
Facebook. It's Animal Stone Official at Animal Stone Official.
Okay. And and we are as well on Dovey Seattle. The only thing is, I think she had a problem with the connection. She was supposed to be here to talk about her brand, but she's not here. So maybe it's going to be for next week. I don't know. Maybe she didn't connect. I don't know. Anyway, so and we're as well on Jane and Shane. So thank you so much, Jane, for letting us using your platform. As well, Los Angeles Animal Save, which is an amazing group. They are doing amazing vigils. And so thank you so much.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Have a beautiful day.
You too. Take care.
So we were supposed to have another brand. She's not here, so I think she got a problem with the connection. So we're gonna go right away with John Pierre. I'm super excited to have him here. He's an amazing trainer. I got the chance to see him at Elora Wellness Center with Vanessa Marceau. You guys should go check it out. And I forgot. Okay, just before, I have to tell you this amazing thing. Text us on WhatsApp. If you text us on WhatsApp, you will receive like $800 worth of gift that you can spend with many different fakers, with many different designer, ethical, beautiful, vegan fashion brands. So just text us. Just say hi. Say happy birthday. It was my birthday last week. Just tell me happy birthday. I will personally answer to you and tell you thank you with $800 that you can spend with many different faker as well. Animal Stone, actually. So go check it out. And so right now we're going to receive John Pierre. He's an amazing personal coach. He will explain to you way better than me everything he do, and he wrote the book the Pillars of Health, who introduced 4 solid principles that provide a strong foundation for vibrant and lasting health, which is nourishment from real food, creative stimulation from the mind, a joyous physical movement for the body, and spiritual philosophy focused on compassion, love, and peace. So, yeah, Jean-Pierre, you here. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for being a part of this. I'm very happy to have you here. You know what? Let's put it like that. Yeah, we can see you better like that. So, yeah, so I think the best is I let you introduce yourself, and maybe if you can let us know a little bit about your vegan journey. I know that's a question that we always have, so I always start with that, and we will go from there.
Sure. Well, thank you. And I am wearing a shirt from Vanessa from Allura Wellness, one of her
Oh,
shirts.
nice.
So that's where we met. So thank you. Yes. So I've been vegan for about 38 years, and I've been teaching vegan nutrition and fitness for about 35 years. But my background's really in geriatrics. So over 25 years ago, I created some of the first brain building programs in the United States using a plant-based diet. And that's where I've spent a good majority of my time is working in retirement homes, senior centers, adult daycare centers, etc. I do a lot of work with clients that are trying to obviously lose weight, improve their cardiovascular health, get off blood pressure meds, heart meds, etc., things like that. And then, of course, I train a lot of clients, fitness-wise. And then usually I'm at conferences throughout the year doing all the vegan and animal rights conferences. So, yeah, and I have a website, livingwithharmony.org, which is our animal sanctuary. And we're working on trying to expand that into a larger, 20 acres and, with a retreat center. That's our goal. And then I do a lot of Zoom classes too. So I sent you some of the links if you want to put those up at some
Yeah,
point.
that's what I
Those are the
was
Zoom
thinking.
series. I did that
Yeah.
on the pandemic, like a 5-part series on the pandemic and how to just basically keep yourself with a calm, stable brain and healthy during the pandemic. And then also I've done a Zoom series called The Biggest Winners, which is really some of my most successful clients that were at death's door and they reclaimed their life. So I'm doing my best to try to reach out to the community now when we don't have any conferences to keep them motivated and things. So I'm glad to answer any questions and just glad to be here and contribute. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, what we like to do at F.A.K.E during the Chill with Activists conference, that's how we call it. Oh, David is here. So maybe I will show right away after David your brain. So yeah, we like to create conversation. So as you know, I didn't really send you questions or what's gonna happen. We just have one main question and then we go around this. So everybody on Facebook or YouTube, or as well on YouTube, try comment, leave us any questions. Suzeli is here to help us. I think I received some of the questions, but not all of them. So Suzeli will be here with us to help us if we have any question. But the main question I want to ask you is, what would be the best lifestyle to live right now with the pandemic? We all social distancing. What should we do to have a strong immune system?
Sure. So the most important thing that we can do is have a calm, stable brain, and then also just be loving and compassionate. And calm, stable brain is critical at this time, especially when there's so much stress. There's areas of your brain that are responsible for memory and creativity that get damaged when your cortisol levels go really high. And cortisol and just different hormones that flood the system are very destructive, especially if they're chronically expressed. So we want to do our best to have, stress-free living as much as we can. So one of the first things we need to do is make sure we engage in regular physical activity, whether it's biking, running, swimming, jogging, whatever you like to do. Try to get outside as much where you're getting fresh air, you're getting sunshine, you're exposed to greenery, so you're seeing plants. Those help reduce our stress level, reduce cortisol, make us feel more calm. And then the exercise helps reduce that stress also. And then to have a calm, stable brain, you need to make sure you're including all the right nutrients because these neurotransmitters that are in our brain that basically allow us to think and they determine whether we're feeling euphoric or we're feeling depressed and down and out. You can just be off by one nutrient, one particular B vitamin and or amino acid, and your body doesn't form these neurotransmitters properly. So that's why it's really important to eat a wide variety of plant matter, and especially getting enough fresh fruits and vegetables in large volumes, and getting some legumes in your diet, beans, peas, and lentils, because they're one of our best sources of these amino acids that our brain needs to keep us healthy and fit.
Yes, so should we, for people who who are a little afraid to not have a strong enough immune system and not have vitamins, do you think they should get supplements, or are you against supplements?
Um,
Like,
oh no, I'm not against supplements, but the challenge is when you use supplements to replace eating healthy. That's the challenge. There's nothing wrong with supplements, particularly B12 is needed, but many of the supplements that we could be taking, like calcium or magnesium or iodine and zinc, we should be including in our diet. So we should have sea vegetables in our diet, so a good source of iodine and minerals. Because if you're following a healthy diet, it's not always easy to get iodine in your diet unless you're eating sea vegetables. Our soil is very deficient in many of these tiny micro minerals, and sea vegetables are a good source. And eating whole grains and some nuts and seeds, sourdough bread, things like that are good. Good to get sources of zinc. Vitamin D we're going to get when we're outside in the sun. And then most of our antioxidants that preserve our brain tissue from prematurely aging in our body are mainly going to be just fresh fruits and vegetables. And if you would make a smoothie every day, it's an easy way to get condensed amounts of vegetables and fruits in your diet. If you use some organic, particularly wild grown blueberries, which you can buy frozen, and then some sort of fruit that would sweeten it a little bit, whether it's a date for you or you like cherries or whatever, and then put in some kale or some sort of dark green leafy in there, and then some non-dairy milk, whether it's going to be coconut milk or coconut water or oat milk or soy milk, one of those would be fine. And if you blend that up and you start sipping on that throughout the day, that oftentimes is more vegetables and fruits that some people eat in a week. So you can really make that smoothie as condensed as you want. And as you get your palate used to the greenery and the alkalinity from those vegetables, you can just keep adding more and more and more. And if you don't like smoothies, you can do the brother or sister to a smoothie, which is a blended soup. So you can actually blend vegetables with a warm liquid and then season it up and add some beans or lentils in there or peas, and you can actually make a soup. And that's a good way to get a condensed amount of nutrients in your diet for your immune system, because your immune system is getting bombarded from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, not only from pollution, but from toxins in the diet, pesticides, herbicides, any sort of drug that can be in the food system, but also just stress. Stress is constantly bombarding you all day long. It's like being in a boxing match from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. So you really need to be on guard, and really making smoothies or blended soups are really our best thing to do. And then just keep eating fruits and vegetables as snacks. Use some hummus or salsa or guacamole, and let that be a dip for your vegetables. And then when you want a sweet snack, just grab fresh fruit or make fruit salad or eat some frozen fruit, or take some watermelon and blend it and then make popsicles with it. So you're just always coating your system with these antioxidants. Very, very critical for us, especially at this time.
and so do you? I have a question with like what you do right now, because you focus on many different things on nutrition, psychological health, and everything. Do you? Did you start somewhere, like let's say you start with nutrition and you start realizing that everything was connected, or like how it's for you to realize that everything was connected? Because even in fashion, for example, if you wear something that is not like conventional cotton, for example, that use a lot of pesticide, or people who wear leather that is full of chemicals, this can affect as well your immune system and your health.
Oh, right. Well, everything's connected. In the sports medicine world, when you throw your gait off because you have a pebble in your shoe, you can actually get neck pain. So everything's connected. The fascia from the bottom of your foot is all connected all the way up to your forehead. So everything is connected. So it's not just about eating healthy. It's not just about exercising. It's not just about going outside. But one of the main things that people miss out, especially in the activist community, is they have a tendency to start getting a little on the angry side. And they see trauma all the time, and they become traumatized, and so it starts affecting them. And oftentimes they don't act as nice and kindly as they should, especially if you are saying that you're a vegan, when veganism is based on ahimsa, compassion and love and reverence for all beings. So not just animals and insects in the planet, but also our human beings. So we need to be kind to everyone. So I think that it's a whole picture. It's just not one thing. It's kind of like when you eat a meal, it's not just one food you're generally focusing on. It's a variety of food. And so when I work with a client, I first see what their needs are. What are they coming to me for? And many times I'll see people who are in phenomenal physical shape, athletes I'm working with, and I don't really need to do much to their fitness regimen. I might fine tune it a little bit, and their diet is okay, but their sleep is really off. And maybe they're not really engaged in loving relationships. They're not kind to their family members or their kids. Maybe they don't have a decompression system where they're doing some meditation or diaphragmatic breathing to activate the vagus nerve to put them in more relaxed state. So I basically find what it is they want to do, and I find what they're good at, and I find what they're not good at, and I fan the flame of what they're not good at and try to make that better.
So maybe you can help me because it's super hard for me to sleep.
It's super hard to sleep.
Yeah, I feel like I'm thinking too much.
Yeah, and that's those thoughts that ruminate in your brain. They can keep people up, especially when you're an activist. You know, the 2 oral reports I did in high school in 1983 were women's rights and animal rights. And so what, I've been doing this work for forever, forever. And being in that type of environment where you're seeing stress and trauma all day long. And for 30 years, I've worked with abused women. So when I'm involved in all this type of work all the time, you're exposed to a lot of stress and trauma. So you have to have a way to somewhat decompress. And sleep is critical because there's processes that go on when you're sleeping in a particular area of the brain. Part of the brain is called the glymphatic system. It's similar to the lymphatic system, but it's part of our brain that helps flush out these, what we call amyloid plaque, and these amyloid proteins they develop in the brain that are linked to Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. And it's really only when we sleep do these neurons shrink and the cerebral spinal fluid is allowed to flush and clear out these products. So sleep is really critical, and you have to have a ritual to develop good sleep. It has to be dark. You can't be on a computer screen and having bright lights all the time. You have to have somewhat of a relaxing ritual. And one thing that helps is if you could write down all your accomplishments that you did for the day, and then what you need to do tomorrow, and boom, you're done with that. And it kind of gets out of your brain then, because you've acknowledged what you accomplished today, and then you acknowledge what you need to do tomorrow. So those thoughts don't continue to ruminate. But you're right. Sleep is critical, and it's one of the main complaints when I work with clients is their impaired sleep.
Yeah, and something else that I wanted to talk about, because you inspire me with that, of the fact that doing physical exercise doesn't have to be always something negative or difficult. And actually, I share one of the video you did with Ellen DeGeneres. You were on her show, and you guys were having fun, and you were exercising, but you were just having fun. And yeah, how can we have fun doing sports? Because that's something usually that is.
Well, that's the thing. I try not to use the term exercise because we really don't need traditional exercise. What we need is movement. So if you like dancing, if you like playing hopscotch, if you like playing a sport, something like that, those are fine movements. Cleaning your house is wonderful. Gardening, oh my gosh. I really can't think of many movements that are as beneficial as gardening, especially when you're out putting your hands inside the dirt. You're communicating with a plant and the soil. I mean, it goes much far deeper than just getting physical movement. There's a connection there. But one thing that you can do is, if you don't always drive everywhere, I'll be walking somewhere and people will stop because they know me and they'll say, do you need a lift? And I'm like, no, I appreciate it, but I don't need a lift. I don't want to be in the car. I want to be walking. I want to be outside in the fresh air, and I want to get movement in. And same thing when I'm working with clients, I don't want to have to sit in an office with them. And a lot of times I'll just take them out walking when we're doing our session. So you can try to see how you can sneak movement in. Like if you're using a computer, try to stand as often as you can, right? You don't need to be sitting in a chair all the time, because I work with executives. They're in a chair from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. And then when they're done, they're going sitting on the couch, more chair. And then maybe they'll go to the gym. But when they go to the gym, they sit on a bicycle. So it's just too much sitting. You need to get in and out of your chair as much as you can. You need to have a gait, where you're walking and ambulate, move. And so just sneaking movement in throughout the day, keep some weights or some exercise bands in your office. And every half hour or so, go through some curls or military presses or whatever regimen that you want to do to keep that circulation going and sneak the movement in.
Yeah, you were actually explaining that instead of doing 20 minutes sport per day, just do 1 minute every hour. You just take something on the floor, go up, and here is the 1 minute exercise. And by doing this every day, it's true that it can help you to be more
right.
healthy.
Even sitting on the floor is a good idea. because the more that you sit on the floor, the more you have to get up off the floor. And that's a good exercise or movement in itself.
Yeah, and you were explaining that before, like thousand of years ago, we were sleeping, we were sitting on the floor when we were sitting, and so it should be easy for us to sit and stand up without using our hands. And I try sometime, and it's still difficult, but I will get there.
Well, it should be easy, but since we don't train in it, unless you're in Indonesia where they squat all the time and they don't have the furniture we have, for them it's easy and they're 80 and 90. That's because they don't have the furniture we have. So yeah, it's what we call a biomarker of aging, how well somebody can get off the floor and stand up. It's an important skill to have.
And so, how can we help someone who doesn't, someone who is not healthy, who is not vegan? Like, how can you open their eyes to this lifestyle?
Well, what I do is I just try to educate people. So I give them DVDs, or I give them websites, I give them books, things like that. Just try to educate them. And basically, what you're trying to do is plant seeds, because they don't know any better. It's not their fault. They weren't educated in this. They were educated to eat meat products and dairy products and oils and processed foods. Many people never even gave it a thought that what they put in their body is going to basically come out in their moods and their thinking and their physical body. So I try to just educate people very kindly and gently, and then also try to share, food with them, let them try different types of food so they can get turned on to what, a healthy alternative to animal products would be.
Or they can offer them this beautiful session, 5-week session. So yeah, that you do for 5 weeks.
A Zoom series that's it's available all year round, and it's interviews with some of my most successful clients, and we'll have 7 of them on there. And I think one of them you've just had on recently would be Sean Munson, who did Earthlings in Unity.
Yeah.
Sean was pretty amazing. When Sean came to me, he was about 165 pounds, about 6'3", and then I built him up to 215 pounds of solid muscle, and it was quite amazing what he accomplished at his age. It was really remarkable. He really worked hard, and he ate so perfectly. And yeah, there's a lot you can do when you put your mind to it, and you have the right tools, and you have a coach or an accountability partner, and you have somebody there supporting you. So that's a really good series, that Zoom series, especially for people who need motivation.
Okay, so yes, thank you so much for all this information. I loved it. What would you say if someone wants to have more information, to follow you? That's your time.
Sure. Well, I think I gave you some links. I know those will go up, but livingwithharmony.org is our sanctuary site. And actually, the new website should be coming up soon, but you can still go there now. And then my email, if you want to email me, is foods, FOODS, FORLIFEJP @yahoo.com. And there you can see Sean Munson right there from Earthlings. He was doing push-ups with 2 45-pound plates on his back. Pretty remarkable for a guy who could barely do a push-up. So yeah, that's the best way to reach me. And then also follow us on Instagram. Living with Harmony is our Instagram handle too. And we don't really sell any products. Living with Harmony doesn't sell shirts or any fashion stuff. What we encourage people to do is to purchase from vegan vendors. So like shirts like this that are owned by a vegan vendor, support them, support organic and fair trade, and then try to shop at thrift stores a lot, because so many millions of pounds of clothing are being dumped into landfills. We don't need to be buying new stuff all the time. We can go to thrift stores and buy used stuff, and you can trade with your friends. It's really fun to say, hey, I've got these shirts and these pants. Can you use those? And your friend will say, sure. Would you like these? I mean, I do that all the time. And most of my stuff I buy at thrift stores, unless it's something I need to buy brand new. And then in that case, try to buy organic and fair trade at the same time, because remember, every time you purchase something, that's a vote. You're voting with your dollar. And I think you need to be very conscientious of where you vote. Because it's you're encouraging a farmer, or you're encouraging a vendor to continue to be in business or not be in business if you're boycotting them. And that's why we should support local community stores and farmers markets, and particularly organic vendors, because every time we purchase conventional produce, we are supporting the pesticide industry, and that's not only hurting humans, but it's hurting the insects on the land. So eat as much organic and try to grow your own things in your own garden as much as you can too.
Thank you so much. I wish I could do a 24 hours live with you because I feel like there's so much to learn. But yeah, thank you so much. And right now, Dovey is here from the brand Dovey Seattle. So we're going to check out this beautiful brand right now. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, that was good. So, Dovey, how are you?
Hi, Jonathan. Hi, fakers. I'm good. We're in Washington in the beautiful
Oh,
weather today.
yeah. I'm so
It's-
happy to have you because you have this beautiful brand where you pretty much have everything from makeup to we can see swimsuits, shirts, you have everything, bags, accessories. So yeah, I'm gonna navigate on your website and I let you introduce everything.
yeah, sure.
So where is it? Okay, it's here.
So I am Dovey, and we're from Dovey, Seattle. Okay, so the brand is a Washington-based family-owned business established in 2017. It's a fashion brand exclusively for vegan products and cruelty-free. So we started with bags. Before I've been in the industry, in the fashion industry for how many years? And I've seen the sad story behind it, behind every product I promote or I model and sell. And then I was really saddened about how was it behind the making of the each products. And so me and my husband have created the brand, and he decided to name it after me. And then all my sketches, I mean, all my designs are sketched by my husband. His name is John. And then, yes, we sell all bags. All our bags are made with cruelty-free product. And so after how many years? No, not really, maybe a couple years, we launched our makeups. We started with lip creams and eyeshadow. So these makeups are premium quality, yet they're cruelty free. And then they're asking what's cruelty free and why vegan. So as you can see, there are difference between cruelty free and vegan. So they're not alike. And they're saying, so why that? How can you say it's cruelty free when it's not vegan? So there are a lot of questions as we go along and have our shows. We educate people that cruelty free would be really such a great help to save our planet, and vegan is the products are made of organic materials. So there's really a lot of difference about it. But and then after, I mean, this year we launched our clothing line, and we have our first featured designer, which is an 11-year-old child. He made a comic. It's a comic fashion, and he's my son, Kirk Bryce.
Wow.
Yes, you can see. You can see in our website, we launched his designs, and now we came up with Dovey Men. So I really love fashion, even in the beginning. I really love fashion, but the sad part is fashion industry is one of the most polluting in our world. So I feel like if we will save the planet, I would want to incorporate fashion and saving planet at the same time, to inspire people that we can do it in every single steps, baby steps. And I think that's my way of encouraging people as well. And our clothing line is actually certified standard 100 Ocotex. So it means they're tested, that it's going to be safe, and no harmful materials that are used in all our clothing lines. So it's also a procedure where your products or your materials in your clothing is actually safe. And so you see on our website, by the way, my website is www.shopdovey.com. And please follow us on Instagram. That's at Dovey Seattle. My Facebook page is Shop Dovey. And we're going to give away a discount of 20%. Just enter the code Dovey. Oh, sorry. Fake. Jonathan, I'm so nervous right now. I'm sorry, fakers.
No, don't be. You're perfect.
I'm so nervous. It's my first time. I never do any live. I just
You're
want to.
very good at it. I think we have.
I just want to.
Look, we have a
Oh,
comment. Someone say awesome. So that's really awesome.
Okay, so the code is fake. We're giving away 20% discount. And guess what? We're having giveaways as well. So we'll pick 2 lucky winners of $100 coupon shopping spree. And we'll let Jonathan pick one of them too.
Oh.
Yes.
So, but how are you gonna do the giveaway?
So we're gonna send them out a code, and then
Okay.
they're going to pick whatever they want that's worth 100, and then we're gonna ship the products to them.
Nice.
Not to you, Jonathan.
Oh. Look, someone just say you're amazing, Dovey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I think I cannot have all the comments because I did a cross post, and so I don't know. I still need to figure out this platform how it works. But I have few comments and they are positive.
Yeah, I wish I could see it too. But I'm really glad to be here. Thank you so much for having the opportunity, or I mean, giving me the opportunity to be with you guys. And this is actually my first time to voice my goal and my vision, the brand's vision,
That's
to
very. Thank
people
you so
all
much
over
for
the world.
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yes, so that was F.A.K.E Fashion for Animal Kingdom and Environment virtual pop-up. Again, text us on WhatsApp +1 424 488 4473. Just say hi, say happy birthday. It was my birthday last week and you didn't tell me happy birthday. So tell me happy birthday. I will reply to you and give you $800 worth of gift that you can spend with more than we have like 20-30 different F.A.K.E designers that participate. So yeah, just text us, and thank you so much for everything. Look, Dovey, someone say love your bags. You see, you were amazing. So yeah, thank you everybody, and see you next week. Stay tuned, stay on Jane and Shane right now, because Vanessa Marceau gonna do a lunch break live. She's amazing. So if you watch us on Jane and Shane, stay connected right now. Bye and see you next week.